Welcome to That's the Story Classroom Show. Let's make learning fun.
I wanna hear the one about the giggly bumblebee. I wanna hear the one about the juggly jumping flea. That's the story that I wanna hear. That's the story, that's the story, that's the story that I wanna hear. That's the story, that's the story, that's the story that I wanna hear.
Hello there, I'm Ronnie. Welcome to That's the Story, the classroom edition. This week we've got a story about a granny that's a hippie. I've got a story about a blind dog. We play When Am I? I've got a couple of really cool prizes for that game, so keep an eye out on that. We have a story about a green planet, an old lady, a song about a donkey, and a story about an unhappy three. That's going to be an interesting story, isn't it? Let's kick it off with someone's granny though, shall we?
My granny is a hippie. She never wears shoes, even in the winter. Helps me connect with the environment, she says. My granny has incense burning in her house. It smells dark and perfumey and smoky. Helps me centre myself, she says. My granny plays in a drumming band with lots of other hippies. They tap and bang, wallop and shake their instruments. Helps me relieve stress, she says. My granny has a pet parrot called Frank. Frank is a beautiful green and red parrot who goes everywhere with her, even to protest marches. Helps keep me company, she says. My granny has long hair which she ties ribbons into. The ribbons are all different lengths, all different colours, and they make her hair look like a big multicoloured wig. Helps me feel young, she says. My granny's a vegetarian. When we have barbecues in the summer, she brings along her own nut burgers. I like them a lot, sometimes more than the cheese-filled sausages that Dad gets from the supermarket. Helps me feel at peace with the world, she says. My granny helps people in old folks' homes. She takes some drums along and they sing and play for a whole afternoon. Helps me feel my life is worthwhile, she says. My granny meditates every morning. She sits still for an hour, thinking about nothing, with her eyes shut. Helps me clear my head, she says. My granny is always moving house. Because of this, she doesn't have many things, and the things she does have, she either doesn't keep for very long, or she keeps forever. Helps me feel free, she says. My granny has an iPod full of music. Things I've never heard of, but I like them all the same. Music from Brazil, Africa, Cuba, Bulgaria, Iceland, India, Australia, everywhere. Helps me feel part of the wide world, she says. My granny dances funny. She waves her arms in the air and shuts her eyes and kind of sways around. Her bare feet slip and slide underneath her. She might look funny, but she seems really happy. Helps me feel the music, she says. My granny is a whole mixture of different things. She's not at all like other people's grannies. In fact, she's not at all like anyone else I know. She does whatever she likes most of the time. At least that's how it seems to me. But best of all, my granny loves me. She gives me big kisses and cuddles whenever I see her, and she lets me play with Frank the parrot. She's the best granny in the whole world.
Now, if you would like me to say g'day to you and your mates in your classroom, all you have to do is head for our website, that'sthestory.co.nz. Click on Contact Us and leave your message from there. I'll be saying g'day to you and your classmates very, very soon. Now, let's meet a blind dog.
Once upon a time, there was a large golden Labrador with a strong, wise head and a muscular, taut body. Now, this golden Labrador wasn't just your usual run-of-the-mill golden Labrador. This golden Labrador was a little bit special. This golden Labrador didn't run about and muck around like other dogs did. This golden Labrador didn't chase cats or jump up at people. This golden Labrador didn't get overexcited and accidentally wee on the ground. And this golden Labrador never ever barked or snarled at people. This golden Labrador didn't even get angry with other dogs, even when they sniffed his bum or tried to lick him. No, this particular golden Labrador was incredibly well behaved. because this particular Golden Labrador had a very, very special job to do. Now, this Golden Labrador lived with a lovely old man. The old man only had one eye that worked, and that eye didn't work very well, and so the old man found it very hard to see. Before the old man got the Golden Labrador, he used to have problems crossing the road, and often used to bump into things like lampposts and fences. But once he got his dog, everything began to change. It was the Golden Labrador's job to guide the old man as he went about his daily business. The Golden Labrador had to help the old man to safely cross the road, and to lead him via a special harness around the sides of objects that he might otherwise bump into. The Golden Labrador helped the man get to the shops in the park, and helped him to enjoy the things that he used to like before he lost his sight. It was a very, very special job indeed, and the Golden Labrador had been especially trained for a whole 2 years. The large Golden Labrador with the strong, wise head and muscular taut body took his job very seriously and was incredibly proud of the things that he allowed the old man to do. The Golden Labrador was the epitome of a well-trained dog and carried himself regally with an air of grace. The large Golden Labrador was called Noble, and Noble was a special eye-seeing dog. Noble was indeed a noble creature, and the old man loved him very, very much.
When am I? It's a very simple game. It will require you to take a few notes and maybe use Google. Now, I'm about to give you a whole lot of clues. From those clues, I want you to try and guess what year I am talking about. Remember, the classroom that sends me the first correct entry wins either a copy of Wise Old Whiskey or Fledgling's First Flight by Dr. Janice Belgrave, illustrated by Ella Gordon. These are quite spectacular books, so get your entries in. Here come those clues.
When in history am I?
On April 15 of this year, Samuel Johnson's A Dictionary of the English Language is published in London. On November the 1st of this year, Lisbon earthquake kills more than 50,000 people in Portugal. And Mary Antoinette was born in this year.
When in history am I?
Did you get the answer? If you're not sure, maybe you can get your teacher to play it for you again. Don't forget, you can use Google, and don't forget to take notes. It's really important. And of course, the first classroom with the correct answer in wins one of those 2 books. Send your entries in. Our website is that'sthestory.co.nz. Click on Contact Us. You can send your entry in from there. Now, here's a little story about a little green planet.
Far, 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 far up in the sky, way away and way up high, there's a planet that's green and can barely be seen by the naked human eye. On this planet are creatures with interesting features and necks that are long and quite bendy. Their arms are quite short, I would have thought, for their clothes are fantastically trendy. Their voices are loud, their noses are proud and stick quite away in the air. Their ears billow out and their heads like a sprout, but it lacks any form of hair. They gather around to hear the great sound of their leader who lives in a box. The leader is older and therefore much bolder and covers his sprout head with socks. The creatures sing songs and some of them hit gongs and dance all the night and the day. They chatter together in all kinds of weather and always have plenty to say. So next time you look high up into the great sky, think what else there could be. Way out there in space, in some other place. Much more than just you and me.
How would you like to imagine your own planet? Draw a picture of your own planet with all of its really weird foibles, funny animals and strange trees and houses and cities and all sorts of things. Draw a picture of a planet from your imagination. Get your teacher to take a photo of it, head for our website, that'sthestory.co.nz, and send it in to me from there, and we'll put your picture up on one of our next shows. Love to see your pictures. Now, let's meet a happy old lady.
Down at the beach where the children splish and splosh is a happy old lady with sticky-up toes. The children like to watch her when she comes to fish. When the tide is in, it's nearly up to her hips. The happy old lady with the sticky-up toes doesn't like to fish by everybody else. she knows another place where the fish are sweet and fat. She hooks up her line with smelly old bait and casts it out far, far, far away. Plop! Then she waits, her sticky up toes tappity-tapping. Seagulls are squawking, waves slappity-slapping. Her line goes tight, then eases up. It's only the surf, nothing yet, hard luck. A nibble, a bite, a flick of her wrist. The fish is hooked. The battle begins. The happy old lady with the sticky up toes starts to reel the fish in. The seagulls are flapping, the waves are clapping. The fish is coming closer. A shimmering snapper. The fish can swim faster than the happy old lady can reel, and is heading straight towards her sticky up toes. The sticky up toes stop tappity-tapping. The seagulls are shrieking. The waves pound out. Run! Run! The happy old lady knows she's in trouble. She tries to cut the line. The snapper keeps his eyes on her sticky up toes. The children are excited. They know it's a race. Come on, they shout. Run! Run! The seagulls are frantic, ducking and diving. The breakers are swirling and frothing with fury. The children scream, come on, run faster! The happy old lady with the sticky up toes is huffing and puffing. Then, snap! The fishing line breaks. Except for the hook stuck in his gullet, the snapper swims free. The children cheer, the seagulls fly high, and the ocean bubbles. Oh, phew, says the lady with the sticky up toes. That was close. She packs up her gear and heads back to her truck. No fish for my supper tonight, she's thinking. Instead, I'll have peaches out of a tin with French vanilla ice cream.
I wanna fly like a kite, all day and all through the night. Way up in the sky, I'd like to fly. I wanna fly like a kite. But I'm a donkey, and I'm staying right here on the ground. I wanna swim like a fish. That's my one and only really big wish. I wanna keep cool in my very own pool. I wanna swim like a fish. But I'm a donkey, and I'm staying right here on the ground. I wanna be a monkey in a tree, swinging wild and free, up amongst the leaves in the afternoon breeze. A monkey's life's for me. But I'm a donkey, and I'm staying right here on the ground. Hee-haw.
G'day, I'm Ronnie and welcome to That's the Story. Here comes a story that's all about an unhappy three. Sounds a bit weird, doesn't it?
One day the twins, Jimmy and Gemma, were taking a walk along the track between Aunt Nora's house and the south field, where their friend Woody the talking tree lived. However, on this particular day, they didn't quite make it to Woody's house. In fact, about halfway there they stopped, because they heard the sound of someone grumbling pretty loudly behind a bush by the side of the track. "What's that?" hissed Gemma. "Who's that?" wondered Jimmy, peering round the back of the bush, and there he saw a three. A big, grumpy, muttering, green three. "No one likes me. No one wants to play," the three was grumbling. "What is it?" whispered Gemma. "A three, and a not very happy one," whispered Jimmy back. "Wow, really we should be nice and ask it what the matter is," said Gemma. Jimmy agreed, even though it was going to make them late to meet Woody. "Hi there," said Jimmy, boldly walking round the bush. "Hi," grumped the three. "What's the matter?" asked Gemma. "We heard you grumbling all the way over there on the track." "Matter? Nothing's the matter," grumped the three. "Good," began Gemma, "because we were worried." "Except," interrupted the three, who was really very grumpy indeed, "except no one wants me around. and I've had enough. I've had it up to here." And he waved a hand somewhere up around his head to show just how fed up he was. "That's very fed up," whispered Jimmy to Gemma. "I don't think I've ever seen a number so mad." "But what do you mean no one else wants you around?" asked Gemma. "Just the other day, 2 told me to go away," said 3. "He said 2's company, but 3's a crowd." 3 almost cried. "Well, yes, but," began Jimmy. "And then I went to play a game of basketball," wailed 3. "But 5 told me I wasn't big enough." "That's right," whispered Gemma. "There's 5-a-side in basketball. 3's too few." "So," continued 3, "I thought if I wasn't big enough I'd go see 1, 'cause he's littler than me." 3 sniffed a very big sniffle. "But he said he was busy playing cards." "That's all right," said Jimmy. 3 can play cards." "Not when it's patience," cried 3. "Only 1 can play patience. It's the rules." For a moment, no one said anything. What about," started Jimmy. "No," shouted 3. "I've tried rowing in the 8s, and it doesn't work. And neither does playing rugby. They have 15 in a team. Or soccer, 'cause there's 11 play that. No one wants me." "Oh, he's really upset," said Gemma. "Try and calm him down," said Jimmy. "Sing a song or—" The twins smiled. They'd both had the same clever idea. Jimmy walked up to the sad 3 and put a hand on one of his 3 shoulders. There, he said. "Don't be so down. Do you like music?" "Music?" sobbed the 3. "I like singing, but—" "Then why don't you sing a song with us?" said Jimmy. "We could be a trio," said Gemma. "Ooh," said 3. "That's nice." "Yep, we could be a trio of 3, said Jimmy. "And," said Gemma, "we could take a photograph of us singing with my camera." "On its tripod?" asked Jimmy. "Its 3-legged tripod?" "With the 3 legs," said Gemma. "'Cause if it didn't have 3 legs, it'd fall over," said Jimmy. "I could play the triangle," said Gemma. "The triangle with 3 sides?" asked Jimmy. "That's the one," said Gemma. "It wouldn't be much good without 3 sides, sure wouldn't make much noise." "Ooh, ooh!" shrieked 3, jumping up and down with excitement. "Whoa, whoa! 3s are important!" "Told you," said Jimmy, smiling. And so the 3 of them sang 3 very happy songs, had 3 biscuits, 3 fruit drinks, sang 3 more songs, ran 3 races where everyone had turns being third, drew 3 pictures of 3s, played 4 games, just to be different, and generally had the best fun 3 friends had had for a very, very long time. Or at least 3 days.
G'day, I'm Ronnie, and that's my lot for another week. That's the story. We'll be back again next week. Until then, have a great week. And if you want to catch up with us, want to send us a message, want us to do a shout out to you and your classmates, or you want to send us a picture that you've drawn, head for our website, that'sthestory.co.nz, and click on Contact Us. See you next week. Ka kite.
I wanna hear the one about the big old plum tree. I wanna hear the one about the giggly bumblebee. I wanna hear the one about the juggling jumping flea. That's the story that I wanna hear. That's the story, that's the story, that's the story that I wanna hear. That's the story, that's the story, that's the story